Okay, sit yourself onto your left. Just come into a good cross-legged position. Let's have a little wriggle about on your left until you feel that you're level. And that doesn't always come straight away, so just allow yourself that moment of observation. Look at the floor, look at something that doesn't move. And then feel your lungs from the bottom to the top. And empty them from the top to the bottom. Filling your lungs from the bottom to the top and emptying them from the top to the bottom. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste, press the palms firmly together. Lengthening from your armpits into your elbows, and with an exhalation allow your eyes to gently close. Focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and long, slow, deep, deliberate exhalations. With an exhalation, draw your chin down to meet your chest, lift your chest up to meet your chin. Drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Holding on to that feeling of abundance, and then release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards, and then raise your head. Allow your eyes to softly open. Hold onto your knees. Lift up into the chest, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a deep inhalation, and with an exhalation turn to the right side, drawing your abdomen across and your ribs and your shoulders. Using the out breath to intensify the turn. Come back to the centre, hold onto your knees. Lift up into the chest, take a deep inhalation, and then turn to the left. Drawing your abdomen across your ribs, across your shoulders, across, digging the back hand firmly into the floor so that you stay on the front edge of the seat bones. And then come back to the centre. Just observe how your spine feels a little warmer. Feel where you have extended it. And then come off the lift and forwards into Adho Mukha Virasana. Keeping the seat bones connected to the heels, come forwards into Adho Mukha Virasana, stretching out the back. Pressing the palms into the floor, keeping the seat bones down on the heels, or if you can't do that, and put a block between the seat bones and the heels. Stretching your arms away, straightening your arms, turning the tailbone in. Lengthening the arms away, spreading the fingers, spreading the palm. Keeping the outer elbows in, pressing the hands into the floor, and then lengthening the arms away from the hands. Lengthening from the armpits down into the hips. And then bring your hands along the sides of the body in the traditional child's pose. If it becomes too heavy on your head, then consciously extend from your shoulders into the fingers. Just to distribute the weight away from your forehead. Otherwise, just allow the weight on the head to quieten the brain. And stretch your arms away. Again, in Adho Mukha Virasana, stretching the arms away. Observe how this pose changes the breath, but can you maintain deep, regular, soft breaths? So deep and soft. It sounds like a juxtaposition, but whenever forcing the breath, we're allowing the breath to bloom into the chest. Come up onto your knees, turn your toes under, and then come up into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Just feel where your body is in 3 dimensions. Feel how your body responds to the pose. Get those legs to straighten, tightening the kneecaps. Tightening the kneecaps, lifting the fronts of the thighs up towards the tops of the legs. Turning the fronts of the thighs inwards. Turning the backs of the thighs all the way outwards. Continue to fill the lungs from the bottom to the top. Fill the lungs evenly. And then step your feet forwards, come up into a standing position. And then have your feet as wide as the mat. Have the feet in line with each other in front. And then bring your heels as wide apart as the mat. Have your hands on your hips, tighten your kneecaps, lift up into the chest, and then hinge at the hips. Just coming forwards, feeling how your body responds to each of the poses this morning. Keep the kneecaps lifting, pressing the fronts of the knees consciously through to the backs of the knees. Lifting the fronts of the thighs upwards, turning the fronts of the thighs inwards so that backs of the thighs broaden outwards. Thinking about that corkscrew action of the legs. The fronts of the legs turn inwards, the backs of the legs broaden outwards. So that corkscrews all the way down from the top of the leg, around the back of the leg, around the back of the knee to the front of the knee, around to the back of the calf, to the front of the shin, all the way down into the foot. Lift the seat bones away from the backs of the thighs, projecting the chin and the chest forwards. If you can go down lower without aggravating your back, then do. If you've got back problems, then stay at the higher lift, unless you know that it will be okay in the pose. If you go down too low and you lose the pose, if you lose the extension, then go to the higher lift. Just feel where you are this morning. Draw your attention into the physical pose. Observe your internal balance of action. Just find your stretch. Observe whether that stretch is internally even. Lift the seat bones, project the chin and the chest forward. And then again, walk your hands to the end of your mat, bring your hands shoulder width apart this time. Step the feet back, have the feet hip width apart, and then come back into dog down. But keep that focus on the internal balance of action. Listen to the breath. Keep the breath deep and soft, filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. Filling the lungs evenly. Turn your left toes in slightly so that the heel comes down onto the floor. And then step your right foot between your two feet. Sorry, right foot between your two hands. Sorry, not between your feet. And then make sure that that front leg, that heel, is in line with the instep of the back foot. So we're coming up into trikonasana from dog down. Just bring a hand onto the shin. Bring the right hand onto the hip and rotate that top shoulder towards the wall behind you. So straight legs, straight legs, straight legs. Don't worry, just try do your best. Rotate that top leg, the top shoulder towards the back of the room, and then reach up. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Rotating the legs the other way round. Turning the fronts of the legs, fronts of the thighs from the big toe side to the little toe side. So the back of the thigh rotates from the little toe side to the big toe side. bring that top hand back down to the big toe side, bring the other hand onto the little toe side, and then step back into dog down. Just feel how your dog down has changed. Maybe it doesn't feel entirely even, so work into that sense of evenness. So turn the right toes in, bring the foot down onto the floor, and then bring that left leg, in between the 2 feet. So see if you can step it forward. And then bring your left hand onto the shin, bring the right hand onto the hip. Sorry, I think I did that the wrong way around. No, it is the right way around. Bring the top shoulder to the wall behind you, and then reach up into trikonasana. Turning the legs in the opposite direction. Turning the fronts of the legs out, backs of the legs in. So straight legs. Feel the alignment of the pose. It will feel different because we came into it in a different way. Bring that top hand back down onto the big toe side of the foot. Bring the other hand onto the little toe side of the foot. Turn that back leg and then step yourself back into dog down. So now dog down maybe feels more even. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. And then come down onto your knees, sit back on your heels and observe how your energy has changed. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Feeling the energy around the shoulders and the chest and the hips and the legs. Using your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that energy evenly. And then walk your hands behind you, fingers pointing forwards, the hands just directly underneath your shoulders. And then press the palms into the floor and lift from the wrists all the way up into the armpits to really lift and open the chest. Lift from the wrists and all the way up into the armpits. If you've got a bad back, you might want to stay like this. So this is a variated paryankasana. You can have the big toes together like you can, and the knees apart like you're going to go into Adho Mukha Virasana. Lift from the wrists up into the armpits. Stay here if you've got a problem with your back or if you're worried about your back. Otherwise, turn the tailbone consciously in so that the thighs activate. And then lift the hips off the floor and lengthen into the chin. If lengthening into the chin, lengthening the chin away aggravates your breath, then just soften the neck. Lifting the seat bones, lifting from the wrists up into the armpits. come back down onto the seat bones and then walk yourself back so that you're sitting back on your heels. Observe how your energy changes with each pose. Just listening to the breath. Listening to the inhalation and the exhalation. And then just come onto all fours again. Have your hands shoulder width apart. Step back, turn your toes under and come back up into dog down. Observe how your body has changed in the short time that we've been practicing this morning. Maybe there's tightness that doesn't feel as tight. Maybe it feels tighter, but if it feels tighter, then just respect that. But perhaps it feels a little lighter. Bring the feet together. Keep the hands apart. Bring the feet together, big toes together, heels together. And then spread your toes. Keep your left toes on the floor and then raise up the right leg. But keep turning the fronts of the thigh inwards so that the hips stay level. Raise that leg up. Ekapada, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So lift the leg so that the leg is in line with the arms and the spine. A bit like Virabhadrasana 3. But keep turning the fronts of the thighs inwards so that the hips come level. So that standing leg as well. That helps to level out those hips. Keep the toes pointing directly to the floor. And then bring that leg down. Bring the big toes back together. Keep turning the fronts of the thighs inwards. Spread the toes of the right foot and then raise that left leg. Again, turning the fronts of the thighs inwards. The backs of the thighs broadening outwards so that the hips remain level. So keep the toes of that lifted leg pointing up towards the ceiling. Keep the arms working evenly. So you don't kind of favour one arm over the other in the pose. And then bring that leg back down. Bring the feet hip width apart again. And then stretch up into your dog down. Keeping the fronts of the thighs turning inwards. Lifting the seat bones away from the backs of the thighs. And then come down onto your knees, sit back on your heels and observe your energy. Observe how your energy has changed. Listening to the breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe observing how perhaps the sinuses have cleared a little. Just focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. And then coming back into Adho Mukha Virasana. So stretching the hips back. Stretching the arms away, stretching the hands away, keeping the seat bones down on the heels. Come up onto the fingertips, lift your head, Keep the seat bones down as much as you can, and then walk your hands over to the right side, lengthening deeply into that left arm, into both arms, but especially the left arm, so that you feel that the side of the trunk really lengthens out. Keep the chest looking at the floor, lengthening into the arms, keeping the seat bones down. And then walk your hands back to the centre, come up onto the fingertips, and then walk the arms over to the left. Keeping the head lifted, lengthening deeply into that right side, trying to keep the right seat bone down. Probably won't stay down, but try, keep the chest looking at the floor, keep lengthening into that side, those side ribs. And then walk your hands back to the centre, press the palms into the floor, hit the seat bones down on your heels, and then lengthen into Adho Mukha Virasana. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up into a seated position, sitting back on your heels. And then come into cross legs. So either directly on the floor, or if you sink in the chest, when you sit directly on the floor you feel like this, and you can't roll over onto the front edge of the seat bones and elevate the heart area upwards, then sit on a folded blanket or on some blocks, or the lift that we started with. So breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath, observing how you have warmed energy into the body. Have a block on either side of the hips if you've got one, or just have one on the right side if you've only got one. Just lift up into the chest. Take a deep breath, and then with an exhalation turn to the right. So parsva swastikasana, parsva ardha padmasana. Turning the abdomen and the ribs and the shoulders. And then come back to the centre, hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, take a deep inhalation, and then turn to the right. Sorry, the left, turn the other way. Might have said left last night. Anyway, just turn the other way. And then come back to the centre. We're going to go into sukhasana. So have the block. So that your elbow is going to be directly underneath your shoulder. So you're going to reach underneath your right knee and then bring your elbow onto the block. So at this stage it's important to have that elbow directly underneath the shoulder. So not too far away, because that makes you collapse. not too close into the body. Have it underneath the shoulder. Hold on to the underside of the knee and bring your left hand onto your hip. So at this stage, your right buttock bone will feel heavy. The left one will feel light. So press the elbow really firmly into the floor and then stretch across into that left seat bone so that you can bring levelness into the seat bones. Feel that you should feel this side trunk begin to stretch. Turn the chest up to face the ceiling. Keep that left seat bone stamping down and then reach up and over, stretching the side ribs. Pressing that right elbow into the floor, lengthening the left buttock bone away from that elbow to bring levelness to the seat bones. Look underneath the armpit. Keep the lifted arm straight if you can. That left seat bone stamping down onto the floor, and you'll feel this tremendous stretch along the left side of the trunk. And then come back to the centre. Just observe how your energy has changed. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, just observing how maybe the two sides of the torso feel a little uneven. So we need to even that out. Bring the left elbow down onto the block, reach in underneath the left knee with the left hand, keeping that elbow directly underneath the shoulder. Press the elbow into the block and then stretch across from the elbow, lengthening that right seat bone away from the elbow. Have the right hand on the hip. Turn the abdomen up to face the ceiling. Turn the chest up to face the ceiling. Keep that right seat bone firmly down and then lengthen along that right side of the torso. Keep pressing that left elbow into the floor so that you can bring conscious levelness to the seat bones. Look underneath the armpit. Just the direction of the head in this pose helps the sinuses to clear. Come back to the centre, hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, elevating the heart area upwards and drawing the shoulders down away from your ears. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then I want you to stretch your legs away, have a belt where you can reach it, just stretch your legs out in front. Now if at this stage you can't lift the chest, if you kind of consciously roll onto the back of the seat bones and you can't lift the chest upwards, and sit on a folded blanket, have the feet together, bring your hands to the sides of the body, lift up into the chest, just have a belt where you can reach it nearby. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards, turn the fronts of the shins inwards. Feel the backs of the calves broaden outwards. Feel the backs of the thighs broaden outwards. Lift up into the chest. And then bend your left leg out to the side. Bring that left foot along that right thigh. If the knee is like floating up in the air, then you should give it some support. Just the head of the knee. Just give it some support so that you protect that knee. And then grab your belt and throw the belt around the foot and turn this leg in consciously. Turn the leg inwards and then hold onto the belt and then roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. At this stage, just feel, have you disturbed the seat bone? So if this bent leg seat bone is further back than the other, then just correct it. So turning that front leg inwards and then drawing the chest, drawing it from the left to the right slightly so that you're directly over that foot. Push the foot into the belt, pull the belt towards you, and use that action to elevate the heart area up to the ceiling. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. And then just a little bit at a time, come forwards all the time, coming forwards but lifting the chest, never coming forwards with the head first, keeping the head lifted, just reaching forwards. If you can reach around the foot, then do, but all the time keeping the head lifted. Keep rotating that front leg inwards, the front of the thigh inwards in Tadasana. If you can reach around the foot, then do, but again all the time keeping the head lifted, not being in a rush to bring the head down to the leg, trying to get the chin to the big toe. Keep rotating that straight leg, keep that straight leg straight, tightening the kneecap, and then if you can, then you come down, but not at the expense of rounding your back. Keep the back straight as you come down. Keep that front leg turning all the way in. Just keep the chest driving forwards. Even when you come down, keep the arms, the elbows extending away from the armpits. Keeping the elbows extended into the hands. So keep the back straight, especially if you've got a bad back. Keep that back straight, keep the head lifted, and only bring the head down if your chest is in contact with the leg. Keep that straight leg turning inwards, the front of the thigh turning inwards, the front of the shin turning inwards, from the little toe side to the big toe side. Okay, lift the head, come back to the centre. Just hold onto the belt again, just lifting the chest, observing that feeling of quietness that comes from raising up out of a forward bend. And then straighten both legs, tuck both feet into the belt for a moment. Hold on to the belt, keep the kneecaps tightened. Again, the legs turning inwards from the little toe side to the big toe side. Rolling onto the front edge really consciously of the seat bones. And then just hook the belt around the left foot, just cross it over. And then without disturbing the seat bones, bend the right leg and bring the right foot as high up into the thigh as you can, like you're doing sukhasana. So just make sure that you haven't disturbed the seat bones. Have the belt around the foot, and then reactivate that leg, tighten the kneecap. Turn the front of the thigh inwards. You can often tell if the leg is working correctly. If it works incorrectly, then your toes, your big toe, is closer to the body than the little toe. If you turn that leg from the little toe side to the big toe side, then these feet, the ball joint of the feet, should be kind of parallel to the chest. So turn the leg, draw the abdomen across so that you're facing that straight leg, and then lift up into the chest. Take a deep inhalation, and then just being mindful of your back, keeping the chest lifted, keeping the head lifted, keeping that front thigh turning inwards. Reach around the foot if you can, but just not being in a rush. just feeling how the pose feels on this side, keeping the head lifted, keeping the chest lifted. If you can reach around the foot, then do keep the front of the thigh turning in, keep the chest turning towards that straight leg. Keep the head lifted, keep the chest lifted, and when the chest is in contact with the mat, then maybe bring the head down. But don't consider the head reaching the leg the kind of ultimate goal. Just consider observation and response. So if you feel negative response, react to that. Don't go further. Just keep respecting the body. Consider that the motivation. So this is a good liver cleanser. Okay, and then lift the chest. Come back to the centre, just go back to the belt. And then straighten both legs out. Just come back into Tadasana. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, turning the fronts of the thighs inwards, lifting up into the chest. And then release, just come into cross legs or half padmasana, whichever feels right for you at this precise moment. Lift up into the chest, roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. If you need to sit on a lift, then do lift the abdomen away from the hips, lift the abdomen up to the diaphragm region up to the collarbone, shoulders down away from your ears. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the right side. Using the back hand to stay on top of the seat bones. To the centre, hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, take a deep inhalation and then turn to the left. Gently come back to the centre. Just come down onto your back into supta, baddha konasana. The soles of the feet together, knees apart. Support your hips if you need to. Put some blocks on the outsides of your thighs. Just rest your hands on your lower ribs. Observe the straight line of the floor. Just allowing the body to just relax into the floor. Let the knees fall apart, just using gravity to open up the inner groins. Stretch your arms up to the ceiling, interlock the fingers, turn the palms all the way out, and then lengthen your arms along the floor. If there's stiffness in the shoulders, you can put a folded blanket or a block or underneath your hands, or whatever you need to support the shoulders. Press the heels consciously together and feel how the hips become more compact. Gently turning the sacrum away from the lumbar, pressing the lumbar into the floor. Raise your arms, interlock the fingers the unnatural way so that the other index finger is on the top of the stack. Kick the hands right into the webbing of the hands, and then the fingers right into the webbing of the hands, then stretch the arms up, push the palms away, and then lengthen your arms along the floor. Keep the feet pressing firmly together. Keep the tailbone turning in, keep the abdomen drawing towards the spine. And then release your arms, just rest your hands on your lower ribs, just let the body rest into the floor. Feel the energy in your hands, feel the energy in your arms and in your shoulders, and in the spine and the hips and the legs and the feet. Breathe some of that energy up into the head. Just filling the head with positive energy. And then draw your knees together, have the knees together, the feet apart for a moment, just rest in the hips. And then bend your knees in towards your chest, have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. Just have a little massage on the back. And then roll onto your side, sit yourself up, and then get a folded blanket for your head. Just make sure that it's evenly folded, and then just glide yourself down the centre of your mat. Make sure you're in a good straight line. Have the blanket underneath the backs of your shoulders, sorry, not the backs of your shoulders, back of your neck and your head. Just move any equipment out of the way, and then allow the body to completely release into the floor. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, fill in the lungs from the bottom to the top. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders, relax the legs. Unhook the muscles of the arms and the legs from the bones so that the body becomes heavy on the ground. Out of that heaviness comes an irrepressible lightness that radiates from the bones and into the muscles. Into the organs. Filling the physical body with an energetic lightness that radiates healing positivity. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into the toes, into the fingers, up into the top of the head, into the flesh and the skin. Just basking in that feeling of energetic lightness. And when you're ready to disturb yourself, just wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. And then gently bend your knees, bring your knees in towards your chest, have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. And then gently roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into the seated position. Final cross legs. Hands in Namaste, a final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice this morning, that good, positive, healthy flow of a clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin forwards and down to make contact with the chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created around the heart area. And send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then gently release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger together with the tip of the thumb, a gesture of wisdom, physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry with us into our day as an intention. And then raise your head. Allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel really quiet on the inside. You feel quiet but full of good energy that you can